Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. Right now, very excited. It's Friday, and we're going to close out the show with one of the big dogs. I'm talking about the 5-star tackle out of Neville, Will Campbell. It says 6'6", 285 on his 247 profile. He just got done working out. Maybe that number's creeped up a little bit. Will, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me.
You've come on this show before, said you have more swag than any O-lineman in the country. We could see it from the face paint. But before we talk about that, how about this, Will? Did you just got done visiting Baton Rouge, right?
Yes, sir. I was there yesterday. I had to come back for workouts today, but I'll be down there, this weekend, recruiting some of the guys that will be coming in, some big-time offensive linemen and running backs that could really help us out in the future that we need to get down there and put a good word in, and hopefully they'll come join us.
Okay, and I guess that was kind of the concern on a lot of people's minds, right? Because what a weird day to come. You come after the news about James Craig, but now LSU has already hired Davis from Arkansas, who reportedly is a really good offensive line coach. As the guy who's kind of viewed as the leader of this O-line class coming in, what's been your perspective on all of these changes?
With the Coach Craig being let go, it did shock me a little bit, just kind of took me by surprise because, I don't think really anybody was expecting it. But, when I got down there yesterday, Coach Craig, Coach O, Coach Pete, they all, promised me that they're going to hire the best guy that they can find and that wants to be here. And they promised me that by the end of the day, and like they said, by the end of the day, Coach Davis was hired, and I was down there.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong pitch right there.
All right, well, I want to know. I want to go ahead.
Me and Coach Davis have had a good relationship. While he was at Arkansas, he recruited me really hard. So, and I love him, and like you said, he's one of the best in the country.
Well, I want to know what it was like to be a top recruit during this dead period when you couldn't do the normal things that recruits get to do. I know, like when T-Bob and I were getting recruited, we went to junior days and we went to all these events kind of leading up to your senior year, and you get a chance to kind of figure out who the other guys in the class might be, but y'all didn't really have that opportunity. Y'all been doing all of y'all's recruiting on phone calls and texts and Zooms, and y'all have not had in-person recruiting. So what was it like to finally get into the building and be able to see everything that LSU has to offer, even though you probably knew it growing up here in Louisiana, but to actually be a recruit and be in that building?
Well, it wasn't my first time at the building, but, it felt like it'd been 20 years since I had been there. But as soon as I walked in, it just felt like a weight lifted off my chest, like, dang, I'm finally back. It's like, just felt so good, be back around everybody, see everybody's faces, talk to everybody. It just was really exciting, and hopefully COVID doesn't mess it up again.
Yeah, man, I can't imagine being a young person going through this last year. It just had to suck. But here we are. We're kind of on the other side of it. And I find it interesting. You talked about even coming up this weekend, right? You kind of viewing yourself as that guy who can now start to get actively, who's actively involved. And you have been the whole time, I guess, actively involved in recruiting. How do you view your role in this 2022 class?
Just being the voice, me and Walker Howard, anybody that they tell us, that put in a word, because just like some of the coaches told us, anything that, a guy in the class can tell them, could mean more than a coach could tell them, because a coach is, known for telling everybody stuff. But if a player, reaches out to another one and lets them know, I've had it happen to me, and, it does feel a little bit different than a coach. And that's what me and Walker, some of the other guys have been doing. And, we think if we get the guys that we're supposed to and keep recruiting, we could end up with the number one class in the country.
Yeah, hey, Will, what's up? Jay Crane from the J-Boy Show here. First off, congrats on all the success, man. I know it's a big time in your life and excited to be able to get back in the facility. My question to you is, as a guy that's an LSU commit, that's obviously tight with LSU, that's got some local flavor, do you at night dream about running through that stadium in Death Valley for the first time out on the field? And what is that going to mean to you? Because all the work you put in, obviously off season, in season, the physical battles, the grind that it's taking you to get here, all the people that's affected. How excited are you for that moment? And what's that moment going to mean to you?
Well, obviously my main focus is with my high school and stuff like that right now, to win a state championship with all my friends that I've grown up with. But yes, that is something I'm looking forward to, just, running out of the tunnel, touching that wind bar, and everybody's hooping and hollering. And then I got all my friends and family, in the stadium, and just going out there with all my brothers that I've been working with for the whole year. Just going and working for the national championship. I mean, it's something I've been dreaming of since I was a kid, and I mean, I'm ready to do it.
Great answer.
We're talking to Will Campbell here on Off the Bench at Will_Campbell66 on Twitter. Okay, so you mentioned you're focused with Neville right now, trying to get right for your senior year. How are you feeling about Neville? How are you boys feeling up there? The Tigers ready to roll?
Oh, yes, sir. We're ready. I mean, we got a bunch of starters coming back. Probably, I'd say 19 senior starters. So, we're a senior-led class and lots of leaders, and we've been working really hard first week of summer workouts. We're ready to strap it up and get to work.
All right, Will, last one here. As I said, last time you came on, you said you like to think that you have more swag than any O-lineman out there.
Well, he's from the 318, of course.
Yeah,
he does.
Shout out 318. We love the 318 here on this program. But look, last year you're rocking the face paint in the same style I used to, almost the John Randall style. You got the headband on, a couple elbow sleeves. Are you adding anything to the mix this year?
It just depends on what I see on the internet that I think is good. I might have to go back.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
mean, there's always a possibility, so yes, probably so.
All right, so stay tuned for all you Neville Tiger fans. Will, thank you so much, man. I know all LSU fans are really excited that you're a part of this class, so actively involved. And, have fun this weekend. Come back to BR, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, take it easy. Will Campbell at Will_Campbell66, 5-star offensive tackle out of Louisiana. Those are words you don't hear very often strung together. So huge get that it sounds like he's very firmly LSU, even post-move. Also, pretty nice by Owen Company, saying, don't worry, we'll have a guy by the end of the day, and then literally having their main target by the end of the day.
Yeah,
solid.
That's what's key, getting a main target, someone that he already has a relationship with, and he's been recruited by, knows who he is on a personal level, and to deliver on that promise, that's going to go a long way with Will Campbell.
J-Boy, what do you think about that accent bowl, that good old Neville?
His awesome.
That Neville country baritone.
Felt like I was back home.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, number one, he's strong. I hear that 100%. But
That sounds so strong.
no, I like that. I like the offensive lineman with a little swag, but it seems like he's got really good perspective, too, and that's going to help him getting in early. And listen, you win the game up front by signing guys like Will Campbell.
And look, he'll have a chance to compete immediately, right? Which is always a little scary if, you're relying on a freshman tackle. Not to say it can't be done. We've seen it done before, but this line's about to be gone for LSU, and so there is playing time to be had. All right, let's wrap up the show next with a little Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light. Get your questions in the YouTube chat. We'll answer next here on OTB.